I am back. Trying to climb the ladder, so to speak. Trying to get back into, I don't know, Empire League or something. Not entirely sure. Maybe I'll just dink around a few places. I guess any medals are good medals. Boop. Successfully rotated all the planes out. There's a speed rally right there. Another one. I guess we'll just go and kill everything else. Oh, we got 2 planes. We got 1 plane ready, actually. I'm ready. Yeah. That's it. At this point, the only thing I gotta watch out for is things like landmines. But tanks are so healthy right now, and we've got factories taken out. So now what we can do is sort of just take out the things that don't matter. Rally on here. That last stream, I watched some of it. I could literally hear myself breathing. So funny. Not really. Okay, so we popped the town center. What's in the town center? Oh, it's just a bunch of normal stuff. So I'm going to grab this, pop this, kill the sniper tower. And then, now that we have everything out and about, I'm going to wait till they all kind of line up here. Lies. Just kidding. Wouldn't have mattered. Regardless. Oh, I don't have my generals. So I guess we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Four should be enough to kill him. Do a speed rally. Beautiful. There's one of those bases where after you kill all the anti-tank guns in the factory tanks and check the town center, you can literally just, not the factory tanks, the factory tanks, sorry. Yeah, and then nothing, like the bunkers aren't spawning heavy tanks. You literally just put the iPad down, phone down, just walk away. Go do something else. Go grocery shop and come back. It'll be ready. Alright, let's just kill D-Chan. Dude, this guy is, wow, he just stopped playing the game at Cold War Age. Wow, feels bad. Do you have a rocket arsenal? He does not. Oh my god, it feels bad. This guy, I used to play with him in USA Elite. Zoop. We can just plane him once and twice. There we go. Kill this. This 1, 2, 1, 2. It really should be. I might just kill him. Yeah, there you go. 4 and should kill everything out. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you there so you can blow that up. I don't want my tanks deviating from their path here. And then we'll just go and kill off all the defensive towers just in case, disconnect happens, because, this game's perfect, right? I'm waiting for it. One shot here. Bam. Look at that. 10 out of 10, boys. 10 out of 10. I don't care how this happens, actually. Just drop that. Yeah, it's probably weaker. I think the gate would have been stronger than these level 11 walls. So, yeah, I think it would have been fine. I gotta start changing the titles of these streams. those new changes where they dropped the level requirements for ages, I think that it's kind of like this, right? They probably have data that shows them that, like, it's either harder to raid in digital age or whatever the problems are. Maybe it's they don't have enough players in this age or that age once we get to the latest age. And so even though their vision of the game is to have everyone have a decent, like a decent base, realistically people aren't going to go by that. So you kind of have to change and adapt. So I can understand that. I still stick with their vision of making of having high XP requirements for some of the later ages. But whatever, it's they changed it. I think CWA is 180, Space Age is 220. That's a 40 XP gap, and then Digital Age is 260, which is another 40 XP gap. I've already posted in D Prime for those whining people out there that just love to complain and whine about stuff that don't see it coming. Oh my God, yes, you do see it coming. You're just being lazy, right? Expect level 300-ish for Information Age. If you're not there and you're not preparing to get there, and you're going to complain when it comes out, it's your fault. That is literally on you. That is 100% on you for being a dumbass, okay? Like, just, that's what that is. Okay, nice. You got to work on, see, like, there's a Notre Dame, so you just go around it. You just spawn your heavy tank around it. That way, it doesn't have to, like, move. Actually, the better spawn would have been somewhere, like, or, like, right here would have been better, but it's all right. It's fine. So a lot of okay, where's a factory? Have we already spawned one? I think we already spawned. Kill this one here. Just kill that and then we'll be fine. And then I'm gonna kill all this stuff here just because I don't want anything to spawn. And I'm trying to kill my these guys have machine guns, it's fine. 3 should be fine. And actually 2 would have been fine. That's right. I'm so used to the factory level. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5. Factory level 5 and 6. 7s? Yeah, I've seen some 7s. They're annoying. I haven't seen max level bunkers yet, though. That's what I meant. Bunkers, not factories. Max level bunkers. Haven't seen those yet. Like in multiplayer, haven't seen them. One, 2, 3 gates left. Nice. All those SAMs are going to be right here, likely. So I can send a plane in for the oil and just pop all the SAMs. I'll lose the plane, and that's probably better than... But... It's probably better than sitting in, like, waves of planes and having 3-4 planes chunked. Well, I mean, I guess 3-4 planes chunked, but then if you have one plane die, you have 7 perfectly good planes. And then you just have to deal with the one plane loss. If you have 3-4 planes that are chunked, they become useless. You really only have 4 planes left to be using, 4 or 5 planes to use. So it might be in that scenario better to sacrifice the 1 plane to blow up like 4 SAMs if you know it's going to be there. And then use the rest of the 7 to just finish out the raid and just limp at it and just retrain the 1 plane. Stuff like that, decisions like that I've always been curious about. It's called logistics, yeah. I don't know. Always have wanted to have a knack for it, but alright, that's this guy. So what you do, drop 2, bam, look at that, 10 out of 10. Man, on me. Nice. Bippity boppity. Nice. Okay, please don't do this. You don't want none of this. There you go. You help your heavy tank there. Like I said, you don't wake up the Bastion. Bastion doesn't slow you down. And then you just, what you're doing is, because like planes, like I said, are not just for any tank guns, not just for towers like you've seen me play with, not just like air defense like my style, right? You take things out to help your heavy tanks go faster. So like, if I let my heavy tank hit this Bastion and just get stuck in there, he would not be this far. These 2 tanks have to like, do all the heavy lifting. So you just want to, oh, I sent 4. I don't know, man, send that many. Rip. Oh, we just rally. You gotta help them out. That's how that works. Alright, so we got 2. We do this. Oh, wait, I gotta hit this one harder. Beautiful, look at that. Glorious. Probably could have just done 1 plane there, because it would have, yeah, it's fine. I never really wanted to spawn. And we just drop, and we drop, and we... Aren't you supposed to be speed rallying? Heck yeah. It's like my signature move is a speed rally like that. And, like, somehow I just don't do it. I think I've gotten a lot lazier, for sure. Because I think I was one of the first people to start doing that. And it's just like, I've gotten way lazier, for sure. Like, way lazier about it recently, is speed rally. It's really bad, because it's just really bad. It's not acceptable. You come and you watch these streams, and then I'm not even doing a speed rally anymore. I've gotten lazy with it, for sure. Very much. I view it more as a thing I can do now, but when I stopped paying attention to the timing of it, just because I'm like, nowadays I'm like, as long as I hit it, it doesn't matter. That's not like because it's like, it's not one of those things I'm actively working on, because I feel like as long as I hit it, it's fine. Like, technically, I could push the envelope and go a little further with it and like get it down to just perfect timing, but it's like, I just don't even care. There's just so many times I failed it before where I'm just like, it's good enough if it's early. Oh, look at all the baby Sams. Do, baby Sam. Dude, with the Tonic Fury, able to kill this thing in 1 hit. That's crazy. The dream. It's like gunpowder, I think. We're just gonna kill all these stables right here. They ain't gonna do crap. So all the stables are gone. Goodbye, peace. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Oh, 1, 1, right. Beautiful. So now, like I said, you just spawn things on your terms. What? Oh God. There you go. I had to rally on the wall there just because I didn't really have anything else to. Wow, we just blew that up in no time. I need to grab a second bazooka, get rid of some of these heavy infantry. I just don't need them anymore. I could literally use less heavy infantry right now. So Let me just kind of dump on all this stuff here. Just gonna pick one. I don't really care which one I pick or how I pick it. Pick one. Burp. There it is. So now, we just continue to hunt, move up. Cold War BMW 645. What a great name. I've seen people with this name in other games before. I think all the Sams are popped here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4. Should have a 5th one in Cold War, right? Oh, well, who am I asking? I should totally know the answer to this. I don't at the moment. I don't think I'm thinking right now. But yeah, I don't know the answer. Oh my god, am I really gonna kill this? Wait, sir, how the fuck did I just... We just sent a plane in to kill the... Yeah, that's it. Now it's over. They're all dead. This base is getting dumpstered. Like, does this guy not have any, like, hit points on anything? Jeez, dude, Louise. This is like, what? It's like no university, no library, nothing. Like, these buildings are dying so quick. Like, what the heck? All right, well, let's just spawn the backline here. Wow. That was slow. A bit of a slow one. Maybe next time on those I should move left to right. So bottom up. It was really slow. Okay, right on. I'm tired of hitting these easy bases. Give me something else to chew on. Don't mind me. I don't mind an easy base every now and then to kind of just satisfy the need to smash something with my, just to smash something. But all the time, it just doesn't satisfy me. That's why I don't like the lower metals, is because it's just like, it's just easy bases, and I don't like that. That's not me. I like something with a little bit more humph to it. I like it when I don't like it when I lose stuff, but it's got to have a little bit, it's got to have a little more to it. Okay. Like this, look at this base. Super easy. Not gonna take it. You gotta grow sometimes. Like, okay, AK oil, I actually go for this. You gotta grow sometimes. If you're always hitting easy bases, you're not really growing. You gotta step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Hit a little bit harder bases, They're heavy tanks for a reason, right? To do what? Heavy attacks. Exactly right. That's the whole point. So you just gotta step out a little bit. We actually rallied and brought this last tank in. A little tuck in right there. It was actually really nice. Nice little... Okay, well, we gotta go in now, I guess. Nice. You guys are just plowing through. I like it. Move in. Right here. We just rally. And we just kind of bring these... Oh, well. Okay, fine. I need to keep 2 planes available in case these guys decide to go kill this fucking factory. Well, 2 factories, of course. Like I said, look at that. Beautiful planning. Or planning if you misspelled it. Huh? Yeah, horrible joke. Alright, but yeah, that's the point. So, yeah, we got all the anti-tank guns destroyed. Okay, you guys destroyed it. Good stuff. Get in there. Planes are healthy as shit, as they should be. We're going to focus on this now. So it's a little bit less than half health, so I think 2 planes will do it with 1 plane doing a loop-de-loop. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Nice. Count your planes like you count your cards, all right? What's inside town center number 1? Nothing interesting. Fantastic. So I'm going to clean up this right side now. Just spawn everywhere I can. I know normally I've been lazy about this, but we're just going to try to finish this out. Yeah, I should have spawned all this stuff here. Whatever. Any damage is good damage. Make sure nothing's in the corners. And it's all left here, like I figured it would be. And it's over. There you go. Oh, Lord. I'm going to actually, it slipped my mind just now. I need to get out of 22. Once I get to like 2400-ish. So like back in the day, a little history again. I know you get tired of my little history lessons, right? Not really lessons for most of you, probably reminders. Back in the day, when like, you know, medals were the thing that got you on the leaderboards, God bless. Well, what happened is this. So you'd be climbing medals and it would be dry as hell. Like, it would be so bad loot-wise. In between, it was like in between, like, I'd say, like, Gold League to, like, yeah, it was like after, like, 1,200 medals, it got, like, super dry. And it was, like, all of Gold League, and then up until Kingdom 1, which is 2,400 medals. So, like, you'd have, like, 1,000 medals where it was just super dry. Like, there was just no resources to raid. Sniping through that was awful. Right? Kingdom League was on loot. It was just shit. And so this was consensus amongst all the guys that were in USA Elite in that like range. So Empire League and Dynasty were the best plays. Dynasty was amazing just because you snipe a town center, you get like like 250k loot or whatever. It was nuts. People loved it. You're Enlightenment Age, whatever. It's a lot of loot, right? And then obviously Industrial came out, and Industrial was just amazing. So then it was crazy. Like, you would either stay low medals like Silver League, or you would go up Empire Plus, because in between them it was just dog shit. Like, it was just absolute shitty loot. It was just like I don't know how that worked out, where they just had all those bases and like 1,000 medals like that. Like, I don't know, maybe like 1,400 to like 2,400. It was all dog shit. Like, I just don't know how that lined up perfectly, but it was absolute dog shit. There was, like, it was so bad loot. Like, it was just like, What's the point of being up here if I'm gonna get loot like this? Oh, that's right, the league bonus. But before they had like University, and that was like when library had 3 upgrades like per chapter. So I think this was before the chapter that increased the reward, the league rewards, but it was I think, oh, what was it? Empire, no, not Empire. Kingdom 3 started at 40,000. Kingdom 2 went up to 60,000, I think. Or no, 55,000, right? Every 15K, right? And then Kingdom 1 was 70,000. Empire League was 100,000, yeah. Then then it was like 100,000. Then it went to 120, 140 for Empire. And then I think, and then after that, 120, 140. I think Dynasty 3 started at like 200K? Something like that, something crazy. But yeah, that was the league bonus back then. So that's why you would go highest, just for the league bonus. But now, But Empire, once you got to like 2,400 medals, oh man, that loot just went through. It was great. Everyone was stock holding a shit ton of loot. That's how you would build your walls, is like go up that high. It was amazing. Okay, look, I've been scrolling for like an hour. I'm just gonna find one and hit it. I don't care. Oh shit. I don't have an answer right now, but I will in a second. Boop. Oh, nice, good shit. He's gonna have Sam's. Oh, they already popped. Okay, they're shit. Good stuff. Let's get right here. Come on. But no, that Heavy Tank died. Beautiful. Let's spam 4 right there. Kill that. Make sure that we're staying away from the bastions. There should be 0 reason to be in the bastions. Hit it. Speed rally. So now when I'm like, and that's the thing is, like, back then I would just snipe town centers in Empire League. Looking back, the crazy part is, looking back, I remember when certain colleagues of mine, like after I went through like the medal climbing phase and the leaderboards changed, this was in 2016, I came back down and I learned how to properly hit bases with like, and I was in Enlightenment Age. I had to learn to hit with like cannons and healing cards and rifles and get on with the program kind of thing, and just learn the oh my god, what the fuck happened to you? Jesus Christ, okay. Learn the basics pretty much, and yeah, it was nice. I learned a lot. I felt like, oh no, wait for them to spawn. Swipe all these guys. All right, there we go. Gotta wait for the Colosseum to spawn. And I'm doing a really bad job of that was I should have. Yeah, I should have been planning this here the entire time. Anyways, so I had to learn how to hit properly and use, like, everyone was using 50-60 rifles, all sabotage, one protected, whatever. So then after that, I learned how to hit, but then I decided to personalize my army for me. And I was so used to playing with tanks that I knew how tanks pathed that I started doing like 10 tank raids. And of course I'm missing a bunch of credit that I owe to a lot of people for this whole storytelling process, my history. But that's how I did it all. Then I moved into heavy tank raiding, and I did like a heavy tank and normal tank comp. And then eventually I just moved straight into heavy tanking. But the entire time that I was doing those comps, I was paying attention to detail. Like, I would notice a lot of things about the AI in this game. I would notice about the troop movement, troop prioritization, stuff like that. The macro stuff, just the tinier movements in the game. And it ended up getting to a point where I actually got into World War, and I was able to learn a lot doing heavy tanks and like elephant archers and crab tanks. That was like the main thing I was using. And I was able to take down a few bases in challenges. Not able to actually do it during World War Day because, well, your boy gets cold feet and I fuck up. But I was able to consistently do it in challenges, which is not the same thing as World War, because the stronghold spawns all the troops after it dies, not when you get inside the range, which is huge. It is fucking huge. It is World War stronghold versus challenge stronghold is night and day difference. It's fucking, it literally makes, it's like a whole different strategy. It's like, so like, you just have to be more responsive to it. So that's that. Yeah. So yeah, that was that. And now I'm just here in multiplayer dicking around because I'm just, I don't know. Like, World War what it feels like to me is just like a big old, I don't know. It's not my stage. After doing it for so long, I'm not interested in it. It's not my stage. Alright, fuck it. Can we just find a base and just hit? But anyways, I've seen the changes to the game. Some of them good, some of them bad. Honestly, if they didn't have strongholds and they didn't have silo, they wouldn't be making as much money as they are now, because the stronghold made it so that people spend on troop cards, because now you can throw them on defense. And then the silo makes it so you have to use troop cards, so without those two additions to the game, like, I feel like the developers, as far as money-making strategies, they have to give us something to spend, but they also have to give us a reason to spend. And those two additions are huge. They made it so that people now have to spend, And so what I don't like about it is, this is the way I've always thought, is a maxed out digital age player should be able to hit a maxed out digital age base without any troop cards. It's going to be tough as shit, but they should be able to do it. I don't think that's possible right now, because there's things like museum involved. So if the person has a really strong defensive museum, and defensive museum can come in many colors. You could have defender spawn time. You can have enemy, tower damage and hit points. I mean, if you just focus on those three stats alone, you have a killer. You have a killer. But then you also can focus on things like certain troop stats, like minus this and that plane's attacker HP, and that's when those defensive museums start to get kind of crazy. Now, the obvious stats to always get when you're on defense, the ones that you need the most, are tower damage and tower hit points, especially hit points. You need those because it's like that keeps your towers up longer. They can fire, deal more damage. You need that hit points, right? So you get hit points, right? You make that your number one thing, but then you can have variations, right? Let's say a strong museum on defense in World War could have, like, let's say they go up against some, like, I don't fucking know, some guys, some alliance out there that's notorious for using saboteurs, infiltrators. God, they're fucking. It goes saboteur it's guerrilla, saboteur. Fuck, I don't know what the name after that is. It's commando, commando, and then infiltrator. And I just keep forgetting to. You get the point, right? So let's say like a whole, like some. What the fuck? Is this gonna spawn something stupid here? It is not. We are fine. So let's say some crazy alliance out there, right? And they have a bunch of guys who use saboteurs, commandos, whatever. You might say, want to have a defensive museum to react to that. They might have a shit ton of defender spawn, right? And you might want like minus saboteur hit points or minus saboteur damage. Or you could do I've seen like one crazy variation is like you could do all defensive tower hit points and then just drag their saboteur, like their infiltrator damage down. So tower, you could have like 50%, infiltrator damage. You have like 60% tower, defensive tower hit points, right? And then you can also have like defender spawn. That would fuck over a like infiltrator attack. They would just not be able to do shit. The problem is it's like a good, it's a good defensive museum, but it's like specifically suited for an infiltrator attack. So you're really just like leaving everything else out in the open. So now you could cater to something else, like maybe add some bazooka hit points in there or whatever you want. There's different types of museums is what I'm trying to get at. And you can really cater these museums to specific types of attacks. And it's really cool. But, if museum didn't exist the way it does, because you can also spend for museum differently than you would spend for troop cards. The point was that they created a venue to allow us to spend money. So, whoa, there's a Bjorner's Pizza in the castle. Do I kill him? DiGiorno? Bjorno, get it? Okay, I'm thinking I want to, but I don't know if I... Wait, give me a second, let me blow this up here. Oh, I don't want them going this way. Good. Man, these guys are all weak as fuck. Alright, let me just do it right here. I actually kind of wanted them. Yeah, I fucked up there. I wanted these tanks here to move down into this heel. So I dropped it. Ah, shit, it's fine. No, can I save my bazooka? Yes, I can. No, I can't. He's dead here. You dead, bro. Oh, survivor. 10 out of 10. Oh, he dies with these tanks to spawn. So yeah, that's, it's been a fun game, I guess, seeing all the changes, all the things revolving. I remember, so here's the crazy thing, right? Every time there's been a crazy change, right, in the game to when I was, like, doing World War, I would literally go to the past. Like, I would look at, like, when they made it so that, like, protect and all those tactics were 2, right? So people could only carry, like, half as many protects, half as many sabotages, half as many, what's the other one called? The purple one. Betrayals. And the problem is was that, like, I was like, man, if I could have just figured it out back in the day when everything was won, I could have been a stronger attacker. And then, like, I'm thinking that while, like, all that shit. And then I figured out, oh, I could heavy tank, right? Then the meta changes, and there's, like, Assault Rally. Assault Rally comes in, right? And it's super strong. And I'm like, dude, if I had just figured out that you could do a 4-corner attack before Assault Rally came out with the decoy era, oh my god, I would have been so strong. And it's just like every fucking time the meta changed, I've always hated, like, I've just, like, man, if I could just keep up, like, I could have been stronger the last meta. And my brain's stuck in, like, the meta before. And so, like, it's just, like, it's been like that. Like, right now, I don't even know what the fuck's going on with World War. These World War attacks legitimately look like, to me, like some Clash of Clans attacks where people are dropping, like they're just dropping troops in, like, waves, or they're dropping them in, like, some crazy stuff. Like, I think these attacks nowadays are a lot more... I feel like they're more like what they should have been. More, they feel more calculated. Like, these museums are so nasty that you have to have very calculated, very precise attacks. And it can't just be like, drop all your troops in the corner, drop that generals, get the distraction going. Like I've seen right now is people drop the generals and their mercenaries, and they before they do that, actually, they, like, decoy the, like, stronghold, they decoy the castle, the town center defenders, then they drag them out to a corner with all, like, the generals and everything else, right? The mercenaries, maybe they request heavy tanks, they'll drop that in the corner, right? And then what they'll do is right before those, like, guys get hit with all the fucking defenders spawn, they give them a protect, they give them a decoy to draw all those troops at one spot, and then they do strength of gladiator, so they melt all the defenders, and you just don't have to deal with, like, strongholds and stuff. It's really, really fucking smart. And so I like that I'm seeing that. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. I'm gonna hit it from the top down. Right with my top. There we go. So yeah, that's it's sort of the era we're living in right now. So yeah, it's an interesting time, for sure. Can I kill this stuff here? I can. So yeah, I often sit there and I don't really think about any of the negative stuff for this game. This game's just provided me a way to, express my attention to detail and kind of fulfill another part of me of being successful at it. But it's been fun, Like right here, I should be speedrunning. I'm just not. I'm lazy as shit every day. Wow, we killed the, you guys see that heavy tank MK, I think 6 it was? 7? Oh my god, see now, because we have 10, right? And we're about to have 11 in a few months. So I'm not trying to keep track of all the heavy tanks. I remember 1, 2, 3. Oh, heavy tank 3s, man. I remember 3s. Then you had 4, and then 5 was atomic. 4 and 5 was atomic, 3 was global. That's when I first started heavy tanking. Technically, I started in Industrial Age. I just didn't understand how the fuck it worked, though. But yeah, then I had 3s were so good. I love 3s. Those were my favorite type. Then you had 4s. I didn't like 4s. They look very like circle, like circles and bubbly, and they would just bounce up and down when they. I don't know. I didn't like them. They I don't like those. I started to kind of sort of enjoy them later on, but at the time I used them, I didn't like them. And then there was 5s. I like 5s. They look very. I love 5. 5 is probably one of my more favorite ones. Let me remember. 6 was the. Oh shit! 6. What was 6 look like? This is when it gets fuzzy. What the fuck was 6? Are those the gray ones or the blue ones? I want to go look at Wikipedia after this. I don't fucking remember what 6s look like. I don't remember shit now. Now this is where it gets fuzzy because what happened was when 6s came out, there was a bug that they looked like 5s. So I didn't really get to spend that much time playing with 6s visually because they just looked like MK5s. I mean, they hit. I think the stats were working. I just think it was a visual bug. So I didn't really get to spend time with them. Damn. So I don't remember. But 6 was Cold War, and there was 2 levels in Cold War. Then there was 2 levels in digital. Or no, sorry, there was 2 levels in Space Age. So I just came from Space Age. So I remember the 2 levels in Space Age. Yeah, it was like... Yeah, they're like the darker blue ones, and then there was like another one before that. So then the yellow ones, there was like yellowish ones, or like orangey ones in like Cold War, I think? I don't fucking remember. I don't fucking know anything. Never mind. Fun times. We're almost at 2,400. We're almost out of the drought, guys. Out of the drought. Okay, we'll just maybe hit 1 or 2 more bases. I just want to kind of get out of this room for a little bit. Take the iPad with you moron. Yeah, I could. I really could. I could, I guess. Anyhow, yeah. So now, this is my life. Just kind of interesting base layout. I remember this base layout back in the day. All base layouts. Ooh, don't even talk. Oh my god, the different base layouts we've gone through. Oh my god. Oh my lord. I remember when USA Elite was posting their World War bases and their World War channels when, World War wasn't nearly as big as it is now. I remember seeing them like talk about some crazy bases. Back in that 2015 was great, man. You had Germans, you had like French teams, you had Russian teams. Like, these are like nationality teams, not like, oh, they took this they decided to go Roman or, in game. It's like real, like these people were really from Russia, really from France, and they would like, like Russian Wolves. Like, you had, I don't know what the French teams were, some Quebec team was Canadian French, but like these teams were like top dogs, like top like 20 teams in the lead, on the leaderboards for World Warring, and like they would just war against each other all the time, and those wars were so fun to watch. Like, it was great. And the crazy thing is, when the wars were over back then, you would have, like, I remember two like Korean teams would fight. No, a Korean team fought USA Elite, and the leaders room, the Koreans kept telling USA Elite, we kept having trouble with X and Y's base. Tell them they did a really good job, or you need to tell this guy that he should probably work on his base by these tips that our members came up with. And it was just like, you guys are super supportive. Like, back then it was like, it was really supportive. World War was it was more of a community of trying to make it everyone's base better, so that it could be challenging for everyone to grow everyone. It's what it's, at least to me, the conversations that I saw. So nowadays it's like, there always will be beef. There will always be people that are just angry at each other, quite literally angry at each other for being angry at each other. But back then it felt like a more supportive game, and I miss that. I truly do. I truly miss that. So what we're gonna do now is we gotta kill off the bunkers. No, sorry, stables. God, see, I can't even. It's just every time. All right, so 1-2, 1-2, because these guys have the base. These are Cold Wars, I think. Yeah, they are the Cold Wars. Yeah, they build upon the base of atomic anti-tank guns at the Cold War. Let's see here. Bing. This is a space age stable. Oh my god, you're gonna ask me if a fucking sniper tower this is. I think this is Atomic? Atomic or Cold War? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the level. Well, actually, I should know the level because of the base. I don't know the early levels of sniper towers. I know the later levels. And yet again, I forgot to get my generals to help clean up. Look at this guy with the overlapping. It's crazy. Crazy. I actually wonder if that's like a bug. If that's what they deemed that to be now, or if like what's going on there. It's a 250. Oh, it's a cute little 250. Anyways, game's been fun so far for sure. I'm curious to see where it's going to go. Here's the one thing though, right? In Atomic Age, okay, let's go before that. When I first learned how to heavy tank from Maximus, the one thing that I've always been trying to do is push the limits of whatever comp I've been using. So, can I raid with this comp at X League, right? So like when I was learning back in the day Enlightenment Age and Industrial, and eventually, led into like Global, how to raid with like, rifles, healing carts, and like whatever. I was trying to see how far I could push that. Could I go up to Kingdom League? Could I raid up there with this army, right? And the one thing is that with like heavy tanks, the moment that he like taught me how to do it, and I like started to just explore heavy tanks and like come up with all these things for myself, I just started to realize, wait, if I push myself, because I had to push myself. Like when I got myself in the Gold League, that was like the breaking the ice point. That's when I was like, wait, I no longer need to care about dropping medals. Because in Gold League, most people get up to Gold League and they drop into Copper. I was already up in Gold League, so the only thing I had to drop was down to like I drop to like 1,000 medals and climb back up to like 1,900 medals and just do it all over again. And I was like, I just kind of like, I moved the skill up a little bit from most people. And then I started to really focus on setting good habits and practicing. And I realized that I could now attack higher. So last year in the summer, when I hit Dynasty League with this account, and I think it was in Cold War, right? Yeah, it was Cold War. I hit Dynasty League with this, right? On the way up to Dynasty, I passed by Empire League, and I like soared through it. Like I kind of like skipped it completely. I realized, wait, Empire League is so fucking raidable. Dude, I could raid in Kingdom 1. What is this? This is crazy. So it's kind of like driving by like a neighborhood of expensive houses going, dude, I could fucking live here. And then just doing it. You can live there, right? And so it was just kind of like that. I was like, wait, why am I so scared of these higher leagues? I can fucking do this. I lost a shit ton of tanks. I did a lot of attacks where I made a lot of mistakes. But I saw the potential there. And so I did. I moved there. I started raiding in Empire League all the time to the point where I started adapting my museum towards it. I started making... And the crazy thing about Empire League was that it literally straightened me out. Like, you can see me making mistakes here and there, right? But the one thing is that it straightens you out. If you're used to raiding in, like, Copper League and Silver League, and you go up to, like... You go up into and raid into, into Empire Leagues, it will straighten out all the bad, like, habits you have. Like, it will straighten you out. You will go, what the fuck? You know? Like, it'll be insane. So, how many planes does this take? More. Fuck. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's the one thing, is it'll straighten you out. You won't be as sloppy. You won't be able to just go, oh, let me just drop, fucking 4-corner attack with heavy tanks, because that's what I could do in Copper League. It's like, no, you would literally have to, it straightens you out. It's amazing. Oh my God, it creates new habits. It creates new, oh shit. Oh, okay, well, it kind of hit. It's good. If you want to learn how to raid higher, and the question is, why should I raid higher? That's sort of an answer that needs to come from within. Like, I can't tell you why you should raid higher. I can only, show you why it could be fun. Maybe your version of fun is to raid lower and get as much loot as possible. That's possible too, So maybe you guys go try hard into in World War, and you just let multiplayer be multiplayer. It's just a place to get loot and get out. No judgments. But I will tell you that if you want to start looking at the game a lot differently, because you're often attacking in multiplayer all the time. That's like the one place you go and attack, right? Oh my God, Empire League will straighten you out. It'll give you a new look on how to... Because, like, what I've seen from most people is they move up to Empire League, and they're like, why the fuck would I stay up here? These bases are nuts. The loot's, oh my God. It's like, oh, you look at those bases, and you're like, it's like night and day difference from, like, Copper League, where you've been sitting at, or Silver League, and you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? Why would I hit these? Dude, just sit and, like, grind through that for, like just 3-4 weeks. Literally, it'll start to hit and click, and you'll be like, wow, this is actually rateable. Oh my God. Like, it's, 100%. 100%. That's how I feel about Empire League. It's just that it's like that. It's very much like that. You just gotta sit through it. You gotta mess up a lot. You gotta stay calm, which is really hard when you're learning something new. And you just cannot, get upset and frustrated and then, like, want to throw your tablet up against the wall. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to lose a lot of tanks, especially if you're heavy tanking. You just got to learn to stay low. You just stay in the pocket, as they say. Just keep calm, cool, and collected, and just raid through it. Learn through it. Get a few resources out there for, learning your mistakes and pick up patterns, and just, it'll be fine. Oh, my God. dropped the, that was beautiful. I think anyone saw that. I dropped 2 infantry so that the anti-tank gun would not fire twice at my tanks. So I sacrificed 2 infantry for the greater good of my heavy tanks, which is worth. Because it's like, look at this. Think about it this right? 2 infantry is like 2k hit points, right? So you're sacrificing 2k hit points for what could potentially be 10, 15k hit points of your heavy tanks, right? Because the infantry will get one shot by the anti-tank gun. So it's like, let's say the anti-tank hits for like 7,500 damage, right? Well, oh shit. Let's say it hits for 7,500, right? 1,000 hit points. It's losing 6,500 hit points, like, worth of damage, because you're dropping an infantry, right? So if it hits a heavy tank, it hits for the full damage, So that's why sacrificing infantry is worth, because, well, I don't really use these guys but for, like, cleanup at the end, but I could use my planes, and making sure my tanks are, more tanky towards the end is actually really good too. So all these things that you gotta think about. Nice. But yeah, the strategy of just staying low and hitting with like 200% loot, it's like, that's viable. Like, you will seriously gain some loot. You will go through your walls like it's nothing. Your walls will upgrade themselves at that point. You just go raiding and you'll just see like 10 walls upgraded themselves. Like, that's just how much loot you're getting. So, and 200% loot is like 3 times loot at the end. So like, if you're hitting a base for 1 million gold, you're gonna get 3 million out of it at the end of it. If you put on a fucking loot blessing, it's, I don't know if those are like 45%. I forget. Wow, this is a straight up digital age base. This base would actually poop on me. The SAMs aren't a joke. The towers aren't a joke. This would actually shit on me. So yeah. I'm also happy to see that they're balancing the game in ways like this, right? Heavy tanks got balanced when they added the rocket arsenal. So you can't just run through bases with heavy tanks now. You actually have now bazookas that will shit on your heavy tanks, right? Yes, you can protect, you can heal through it, but it's a nuisance and it's there. For infiltrated attacks recently, they added the, what the fuck are they called? The houses now spawn riflemen. That's a pain in the ass because there's like 9 houses and they all have decent range and they're spawning riflemen. If you get Harriet Tubman's capstone, that 100% counters like those infiltrator attacks. So it makes infiltrator attacks a lot harder. You have to actually use your planes. So if if someone has that research and they put on that new defensive like coalition that destroys plane damage, it's like, dude, your planes are just so there's that. I'm actually just thinking a lot right now. I'm not really thinking about the game. I'm just pressing next. No idea what's going on. But I should get up and go do my things and come back. Alright, if we can't find a base in the next 3 nexus, I'm ending the stream. That's it. Okay, well, we found a base instantly. Fuck, okay, fine. I hit this. This is going to be the last base that I hit on stream. I kind of just want to get out and stretch my legs a little bit. And then, yeah. fun times. So I kind of figured out there's a few alliances that I'll be, for the most part, staying in because I got people that I like to talk to. So I'll probably be bouncing around between this alliance and Den of Thieves and then maybe Prodigal Thieves. Oh, shoot, sorry. Wasted Potential. They changed the alliance name. Those are my favorite alliances so far. Because I know people, like, really closely. Like, the Prodigal Thieves family, I know a lot of people there. So, like, it's kind of like, I think at this point, time has passed for any of the bad mistakes that I made in the past that most people either forgotten or forgiven or it's healed over, where I'm just kind of able to goof around with them and kind of like, whatever. I know after making enough mistakes at an alliance and almost getting kicked out over the years, you kind of know how much to press and how much to not. So, ultimately, I'm just a joker who does fucking multiplayer attacks and donates during World War. What else do you want, right? So, what is that? Wow. Oh, goodness. Are we at 2,400 yet? Can we end the stream on 12? There we go. It's your boy, Kingdom 1. I made it home. Sort of. Well, that's it.